It's time to rate your teams again. And I've looked through my Discord and I've seen so many people flexing their pack luck. I'm scared for the teams that are coming because I feel like they're gonna be all better than mine. But let's check it out. We already start off with a Ronaldo, with a team of the season moment CR7. Oh my god. And I know he packed him in like the first 10 minutes, untradeable. He's still 9 million coins. For a player that is super hard to link. But you did a very nice attempt. With Luis Gustavo there, I think that's a very nice way to fit him in. And I think 2 chemistry, that is fine. I think this would be the only reason for me to accept an Warren as a good player in your team. Because you want that Ronaldo to fit in. So if you really want to fit in players from the Saudi League and you have an Warren, so be it. At least you have a purpose for it. Rather than just being a pace merchant. So I would have expected you to have him. I see Al Jabber on the bench. I wouldn't be mad if you do it. If that makes you get better chemistry. But wow, what a team if I look at this. Ronaldo, first of all. Puskas. I feel like Prime Puskas is getting slowly a little bit outdated. I feel like João Felix that you have on the bench might be a better fit. Or like I said, Warren maybe. Just because it might give you the chemistry. But I don't know. I feel like Puskas is slowly getting outdated with all the team of the seasons that are coming out right now. Then Bruno, very, very good card. I really like him in game. Martinelli as well. I'm such a fan of him. I actually like Martinelli better than Rodrigo team of the season. And I don't know what it is. Just in game, he feels fast. He feels more agile and he just feels better. Anthony.
Slow tempo, I think, quite suiting.
We talked about it in episodes before. A really fun player to use. I don't know if he's still good enough, but the times that I've used him, he felt super fast and agile, but maybe it's slowly getting towards the point where he's a little bit more like that Prime Puskas, right? Where it's just not good enough anymore. But for now, I still rate him because at least he is more meta than Puskas is. Then Gustavo looks very decent and you have him to fit him in with Ronaldo. And I don't think that's that big of a concession that you make to make him fit in, because from the previous years when Gustavo was still like in the Bundesliga and was still a very good card, actually, well, not a real good card, but he was meta, he was usable, and he felt always super good back in the FIFA 12, 13 days. There was something about him that felt good, so I'm curious to see if he has that something again. Then you have the best left back in the game with Capdevia, even the fantasy FUT one. I'm getting sometimes a little bit bored of the World Cup one, but this is, of course, his better version, so you cannot say anything about that. That's just an amazing card. Then your 2 center backs, amazing. Maldini and Saliba. Saliba only has less stamina, which sometimes is annoying at the end of the game, because I use him myself as well, but it's definitely a very good card. And then Trippier, I really like him. I did a play review on Royce the other day, and I was going through checking the footage of Royce, and I just noticed that almost every attack of me started with Trippier. It's crazy how good he actually is. I really, really like him. I just had him there to fit some other players in, but I don't think he will go out of my team anymore. That's how good he is. And then Yashin, always a very good goalie. He just doesn't wear his hat. Come on, get his prime. Nah, his prime is super expensive, I think, still, especially for a goalie. But Yashin in general always makes me struggle. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If I have to rate this team, I think I might even go for a 9.5 out of 10. I think Puskas is the only one that brings it down. Puskas and Anthony. Those are the 2 that bring it down. Besides that, I just love your team, man. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. We're starting off very strong this episode. And then we go to the second team. And I just talked about the Warren. I just jinxed it, didn't I? Because there's an Warren here and he shouldn't be there. There is no need for him. You have so many good and fun players around him by the first glance. Get him out, man. You have 1.1 million coins. You even have FIFA points. Get Warren out. Don't ruin your team with him, man. But if I then look at the rest, Cantona, really fun player, but I feel like he's a little bit less good than the past years. But still a very good card and very fun card. He just feels a little bit slower than he does the past years. That's coming from someone who actually always used him through all the FIFAs pretty much. Still very good card, very fun card, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Saka, very good card as well. The fact that you have him as a red pick makes it even more fun, obviously. Yes, the red picks look so good. It looks amazing. Rivaldo, I don't know. He misses something for me. I have him as well, but I felt like it was a waste. That card on the market should be like 200,000 coins, 300,000 coins maybe. But the fact that his SBC was like 1.5 million just makes him bad in that way. He just misses something. He's not as fast as you want him to be. He's not as agile as you want him to be. And yeah, his shooting is good. His passing is also quite good. But I don't know. He just misses something. And that's sad in my opinion, because it could have had a lot of potential, especially since he always has like -6 weak foot. And now he has 5-star weak foot. So I had high hopes, but sadly it didn't come through with him. I don't know about you guys if you ever played against him or played with him and what you think of him, but I doubt I'm the only one that thinks that of him. Then your midfield, if we don't talk about Warren, is super strong. Mateus and Goretzka. That Goretzka, I played him in a draft yesterday actually, and he was so good. A card that is 90 plus in every stat, it's just crazy. But then also with the body type of Goretzka, and he just felt super fast and actually very agile as well for a big player like him. And he's just insane. So the fact that you have him, wow. And Mateus, still very, very good. I used his FUT birthday yesterday as well. And that one was amazing, but I'm pretty sure this one will be very good as well. So can't complain about that at all. And then your defense, Trent, still very good. But I feel like Trippier took the title of being the better right back of the two. But I think you also have him because of Robertson to make the chemistry work there. And still, Trent is very good and very fun. Especially his super long throw is so fun to do. Especially when you play co-op. You should try it. If you ever play co-op, guys, and you have a throw-in with Trent, just make one player run to the goal line. And just throw it there, and he will get it. Because you cannot be offside then. It is really fun. And Upamecano and Ake, very nice as well. I feel like, I don't know. Upamecano, for some reason, I don't struggle that much against him if I play against him. But it's still a very good card. And Robertson, very nice as well. And Edison, it's all about if he fits you, yes or no, and if he does good for you. So I cannot really say much about him. Against me, he always does well, so it seems like a very good goalie. But if I have to rate this team, we have Warren, we have Rivaldo, and Cantona is good, so I'm not gonna deduct any points with him. I think I will give it an 8 out of 10. That's the feeling I have with this team. Then we go to the next team, and I already see a player that I love and a player that I hate. I think by now you guys can figure out which player I hate. Yeah, Warren. There's no need for him to be in there. Again, get him out. You have 21,000 coins, so you cannot do much at the moment, but I don't know what you have as subs or reserves, and if you can put anyone else in there, because I'm so bored of it, man. But the player that I love here is Sanchez. And you have him on full cam, which is sick. You get him on full cam. So by the looks of it, you can get him on full cam by having Klaus and then the right coach with League. Then he's already on full cam. I thought you needed one more thing. But the fact that you have him on full cam is crazy. That card, it's so good. One of the best cards I've used this year. I had him yesterday a few times in a draft, and he was crazy. I also played co-op with him, and he's just so good. And I'm actually debating now, depending on what content is gonna come the coming week or something, because it seems like there could be a special version of Henry. But I'm really thinking about getting that Sanchez. That's how good he was, and that's how much fun I had with him. Then we have Prime Puskas. Wait, this wasn't even Prime Puskas. This was Mid Puskas. My bad. But fair enough, still the same rating applies to the previous team. But this one is Prime Puskas, so that's already a little bit better. But still, I feel like with Puskas and Forlan, you miss something there. Because Forlan was pretty good, but I don't know. I wouldn't personally play with Puskas and Forlan, and I would try to get maybe someone else. But Puskas is still a good card, and the fact that I just rated the mid version of him, I had a worse feeling with him than I have now seeing the Prime. So it's just like a feeling like, okay, this card is quite all right. But yeah, your attack, very good. Get a Warren out though. Maybe get like Forlan out as well if you have Puskas, or the other way around, depending on who you like more. Your midfield, very good, but I feel like you miss a little bit of physical. Like Bruno, very good, but I wouldn't make him my only kind of defensive midfielder. I would like to have someone else there that's kind of physical, that can kind of defend. And with Odegaard, he's an attacking player. So you literally have 5 attacking players, 1 midfielder that's all around, and then you have your defense. So I feel like there you miss something on that midfield, and with this team, it looks like you will get overclassed on that midfield and you will get scored on more often than you actually want to. But Odegaard in an attacking way, very good card. I really enjoyed him. I thought I wouldn't like him, also because of his 3-star weak foot, but he felt super good. So very nice card there. But again, Get someone else on the midfield, I would say. Then your defense looks like it could use some upgrades. That Marquez, crazy good. So you don't need an upgrade for him. Klaus, you have it to fit Sanchez in, so I can't really say much about it. But hopefully during Team of the Season, there's another player that you can make Sanchez fit with rather than Klaus, because Klaus is due for an upgrade. But I will allow it because of Sanchez on full cam. And then your other two defenders, I don't know, like Zinchenko is alright, but his pace is just so weirdly built up. So I feel like he's not gonna be that great, but he's still decent. And your center back, I think your center back, that's the one you need to upgrade next. And Alisson, I don't know, I haven't played against him yet. I don't know how he is, but it's a Team of the Season goalie. It's good for you or it's not good for you, but I won't say anything about that. If I have to rate this team though, I think I might also go for an 8 out of 10, just because you have the Sanchez on full cam there. That really helps to bump up your rating. But in general, get a Warren out, get your center back out, and hopefully you can upgrade Klaus soon as well. Get someone on your midfield. I missed that. So thinking about that, no, I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10, because you really missed something on your midfield in my opinion. And today we're doing 5 teams. So this is the 4th team and we have one more team after this. This is one on FUTBIN, so I don't know if you really have this team. I hope you do, because I don't know why I'm otherwise having it in the video. So let's go a little bit quicker over this one, because I don't see it in your team. Make sure guys that if you send a team in, that it's really from your team and not from FUTBIN, because everyone can make a team on FUTBIN. Doesn't mean that it's really yours. But if I look at it, you have mid Jorginho, get him out. You have gold Mbappe, get him out, even though he's still good. It's just boring. Nkunku, good card. Not in full chemistry though, but that's all right with that Nkunku in my opinion. Payet, nice that you chose him. Very good card. Can't say much about that. Your two center mids are great. You grinded for the Vieira, and the Vieira is still very, very good. Marquisio, I feel like his SBC was a bit too expensive for him, but it's still a good card. And your defense with Laporte and Ramos. I'm so done with that Ramos. But Ramos is still good, so you know what? It's all right. At least you have 2 flashback Spanish players as your center back, so that kind of looks cool. And then Robertson, James, very good cards. Alisson, can't say much about it. But if I have to rate this team, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Because you have at least a few players with Ramos, Jorginho, Mbappe, and possibly even Vieira. But Vieira, I'm not gonna deduct points off. That were there already for months. Everyone ran this team for months, so it's just boring. So 6 out of 10. And yeah, let me know if you really have this team or if I made a mistake putting it in the video and you actually didn't have it, but just know for next time, make sure you have it in your team. Last team, and this is again where I can click through it. And the first thing that I see, a red Sanchez. Oh, that looks so sexy. How does he do with him? 55 games, 46 goals. Of course, we can't see the assists here, but that's actually very good. And then you have FUT Birthday, George Best. FUT Birthday Jorginho, which I know you packed on tradable when he was like 11 million coins. He bought a KDB Team of the Season, which is amazing. That Pele actually is very good as well. He really surprised me how good he is. Bruno, very good card as well. Roberto Carlos, just a very fun card. I don't know if he's the best left back, but it's just a very fun card to have. Then Ruben Diaz and Van Dijk. I feel like they're both a bit too big and clunky players. And you want someone that's a little bit more agile, a little bit more like a Varane, a Militao, players like that, right? I feel like you might want that next to him, but they're both insane center backs. And then also Red Trippier, which is sick. You managed to fit everyone in on full cam and Sanchez on 2 cam, which in my opinion is fine. Him on 2 chemistry is completely fine. It's a very nice solution to have Pele. Then you're not there with Klaus at the moment. And maybe during Team of the Season, there is another good player that can fit with Sanchez, but that Pele is very, very good. And then Van der Sar on goal. I'm thinking, what could he upgrade? He could potentially go for Team of the Year Van der Sar rather than this one. That would be an upgrade. But besides that, I just don't see an upgrade. The team is very nicely divided. You have very fun and good players. Very expensive players as well. You made it fit nicely. You have pretty much 2 leagues. Because Sanchez and Pele are in a different league, of course. Guys, I think I have to give this a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I will. This is our first 10 of this series. I would love this team. I have nothing to complain about it. The only upgrade you can still do is that Van der Sar, and that's about it. Yeah, it's a 10. So that's gonna be it for the video, and we gave it 10. We actually saw some very good players there, and I love to see your guys' pack luck. Hopefully you guys are nice enough to share your pack luck with me. Because I could use some. But anyways, guys, if you want to be part of the next video, make sure you join the Discord in the description down below. Send in FIFA teams your team, say that you want to be in the video, and I'm gonna pick a few of those out for next week's video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.